just so fresh and clean.
So fresh and so clean.
Don't you think I'm so sexy? I'm just so fresh and clean.
So fresh and so clean.
I still can't believe I made that disgusting ass grunt.
You know what? As much as I hate it, I really like it.
Thanks, man.
It's really growing on me.
Thank you.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Whoa!
I didn't see you guys there.
What are you guys doing there?
Welcome back to Idiotsyncratic, the show where sometimes we get a little sleepy.
Yep. It is 9:40 at night on a Monday night because this little culo over here is going to a different country.
That I'll tell you about later because
Yeah.
I'm scared for my life a little bit.
Yeah. He's going to
Country X.
okay. You know that is.
You know, I feel like that gave it away, but they won't understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, they for sure won't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
we're not ginseng dealers. They won't understand.
The C in SA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Look at that.
we'll pick up on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss you, man.
Yeah, 10 days, man.
Have fun. Have a lot of fun.
Hey, but you guys don't have to worry about it because we're backlogging some episodes. That way you can get your newsy bits and stuff.
Yeah,
Wait, no, not you.
You get your fix. Yeah.
Get your...
You stupid dumb asshole. You better start listening to the episodes so you can get the pre-roll. You can get the newsy bits. You can get all the banter. Man, there's so much shit that you're actually missing out on. You dumb idiot. Go check it out. Check it out everywhere besides
with your ears.
Spotify. With your ears, yeah.
Yeah, fucking Spotify, man.
A bunch of dickheads.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're recording this the day after we recorded last week's episode.
Yeah.
What episode was that?
23.
Yes, sir. It was one last shitbag of the week.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was last week.
It was last week. Yep.
But today week.
It's so weird to say that.
It was last yesterday.
Yeah. So yeah.
It was yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Yep. So you may notice that instead of drinking coffee, we're drinking some
brews.
Some brews.
Yeah.
Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Dos Equis.
Yep, they sponsored us. They always sponsor us every episode.
Because they literally told us like that we're the most interesting men that they've ever met. So
yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, they literally took the most interesting man in the world and split him into two smaller men. And they said that you guys are just about what he is.
Why we gotta be smaller?
I imagine he's like 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why is he so old?
He's very old. He's lived a long, disheveled life. Yeah, he's ancient. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he probably is really interesting because if you're that old, you have a lot of stories.
Oh my God! Did you see that one where he's like jumping off a mountain into like a lake or something like that? And you
but that sounds dope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would do that. Probably not because I'm kind of scared of heights.
I don't want to die.
Even though I like to climb on shit, but I'm scared of heights.
Yeah, I just don't want to die though.
I don't want to die.
Yep.
Yeah. So today we're getting into super excitement and funny guys. And so earlier I decided that super excitement just means that Justin's really excited.
Yeah, I am super excited about something though.
Something.
It's one particular thing I'm excited about.
Oh, is this a hint?
It's a hint.
Okay, wait.
Super excited.
Are you super excited about the last season of Game of Thrones?
No.
Shit.
No.
But you are, though.
I definitely am, yeah. I am 100% am. But that's not what it is.
Okay.
And funny guys.
Yeah, funny guys. That's mine.
You're talking about Netflix. Holy shit, you watched Seth Rogen's Netflix charity comedy special. There's a bunch of funny guys on there.
You're closer.
Am I?
Yeah, you're getting warm.
You're talking about Mitch Hedberg.
You're getting warmer. Or that might be colder. That might be just as warm. Equally warm.
Funny guys. You're talking about some sort of comedian. Comedy. I don't know.
Well, you kind of said it. I'm just talking about
comedians?
Comedians.
Yeah? Holy shit.
Stand-up comedy.
All right. Yeah.
It sounds deeper now.
It's so gross. I didn't alter it at all either.
Who made that noise?
I did. Wasn't ready.
Oh yeah.
I can't even do it now. Yeah. So all right, comedians. Hell yeah, I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, mine's gonna be pretty short, but it's a fucking Monday night. So what do you expect?
What do you want out of us?
So I'll just get into mine.
All right, let's do it.
So basically, what I want to talk about is how nowadays it's so easy to get into stand-up comedy.
What?
It's everywhere.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. With the streaming services, you got your Netflix, you got your Hulu.
Hulu.
You know what I'm saying? You got your Amazon Prime.
Crunchyroll.
There's none of that on that.
Not yet.
That I know of, at least.
Yeah, you could be a ginseng dealer and you could end up on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, if you want to get what he's talking about, go ahead and listen to this episode instead of watch it.
Yep.
If you know what I'm saying about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I guess kind of the way I got into stand-up comedy was through podcasts. Actually, I started listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and
he's friends with all the big stand-up comics.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up comic himself.
Oh yeah, he is.
Which I guess he's funny. I don't think he's like that funny. I don't think he's like as good as like other comics say he is.
Yeah.
But I think he is funny. But it's just if you listen to the podcast, he kind of a lot of his comedy is stuff that he talks about on the podcast. It's just stuff that's in his head, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But one comedian that I found through Joe Rogan that I really love his stand-up specials, which I've seen all of his stand-up specials, I think, on Netflix, is Tom Segura.
Oh, man. I'm so glad you're talking about this.
Yeah, and he actually also has a podcast, which almost all the comedians have podcasts, too. So if you keep running out of stuff to listen to because you listen to our podcast every time it drops, and then you're like, man, I need more content because, just one podcast a week isn't enough. Well, go check these guys out.
Even if you were to go check out Joe Rogan himself, his backlog, he's got 1,000 episodes out.
Like much more than that now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's got easily over 1,000 episodes. So go if you want to check that out. You've got a never-ending catalog there in and of itself.
They say he's the godfather of podcasting.
Yeah.
And I second that because through the course of his podcast, he's had scientists. He's had if you think of any level of celebrity, yeah, you name it. He's had it on. He's had Mel Gibson on.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet that was a great conversation.
He's had scientists.
He's had whack jobs like
Sanjay Gupta.
He's had Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
He's had Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 talking about aliens.
Yeah, talking about aliens the whole time.
Yeah.
And if you watch the YouTube video too, the whole time he is almost in utter disbelief of what he's being told.
He's had country artists known as Honey Honey, and also Sturgill Simpson.
Did he have Wheeler on there?
Wheeler Walker Jr. Yep.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. That's where I found out about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, which Wheeler Walker Jr., if you don't know who he is, he's kind of the little Dicky of the country world.
If you bitch.
Yep.
You broke my heart, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one of his tracks. And Little Dicky, if you don't know who Little Dicky is, then lose my number.
Yeah, lose it right now.
Just kidding.
Lose that subscription button.
He's a rapper who kind of makes fun of rap.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't make fun of rap, but
he's just like a stereotypical Jewish guy,
Yeah. Yeah. He's just a rapper.
Breaks all the barriers.
He's just a rapper who makes funny raps.
Yeah.
They're not even really parodies. They're originals, but they're just funny.
Witty, yeah.
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 He's good.
Yeah.
But
I remember you were telling me that the first time you had heard of Tom Segura was on Joe Rogan's podcast. And the first time I had heard of Tom Segura was watching his very first stand-up special and shit.
It's been a minute.
Oh my God. 2011, 2012, something like that.
Maybe even 2010.
Yeah, possibly. And I was like, who's this fat funny guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And his particular humor is so dry too. Like the way he says it is so dry.
Yeah, he's very just
insightful.
Yeah, observational, and he also says the things that nobody else kind of dares to say in public, but everybody is saying in their head.
Yeah, they're thinking it.
He drops the R word all the damn time because if you think about it, the word retard actually isn't, it shouldn't be as scrutinized as it actually is. Yeah. But that's Paul's part of the genius of his brand of comedy is that it kind of makes you think at the same time, you know?
And I think the best comedy is stuff that you relate to on a personal level.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think his latest special where he's like, man, I really wish I was home right now. And like, that's how he opened up his special.
Yeah.
And it's like, everywhere I go, that is the number one thing on my mind is, really wish I was home right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
as soon as I leave my house.
Who doesn't feel that way yet? Man, I wish I was home right now. You walk out the door. I wish I was home right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home is where the heart is.
Home is where the heart is. Yeah, home is where the heart on is.
Home is where I hang my heart on.
Big ass heart on you got.
You're welcome.
And it is episode title.
Though touching my step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Segura is cool.
Yeah, Tom Segura is the shit. So
he's definitely one of my favorites.
check out his podcast, Your Mom's House. Check out his specials and all that shit. Another one is Brian Callen. He also has a podcast with a UFC heavyweight, or former UFC heavyweight. He's retired now. But when they started it, so it's called The Fighter and the Kid. But, yeah, I found out about him from Joe Rogan. But he was actually in The Hangover. He's been in a lot of like small role movies.
Yeah, I'll put his photo right here. You've seen him many a time.
You've seen his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. And me
and
Natalie actually, yeah, exactly. It's that guy. That's the guy. The strip club owner from The Hangover.
Yeah.
And he's the coach in, what's that show called? Meet the Goldbergs, I think.
Meet the Goldbergs.
Or just the Goldbergs, I think is what it's called. But it's like an 80s throwback show. And he plays the gym coach.
Wet Hot American Summer?
No.
Oh.
Nope. But we've seen him live twice, actually. And his specials, his stand-up specials are hilarious. It's a different kind of comedy. It's really physical. You know, like he does like a lot of like movements.
Yeah.
You know, like with his comedy.
Like Dan Cook, kind of?
Nah, different. Different. You just gotta check it out.
Just gotta see it.
Yeah.
Try it out.
I'm just gonna list them.
There you go.
Also, Chris D'Elia.
Chris D'Elia?
D'Elia? Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Delia, I think is what it is.
I've never heard of him.
He's hilarious.
Yeah?
Yeah. I keep wanting to like do their bits, but I know I'm not gonna do it justice and I'm just gonna ruin it. So this whole interest is just me telling you about people who I think are hilarious, that I think are funny guys. And you can just go check it out. Because they're on YouTube, they're on Hulu, they're on Amazon Prime.
Keeping with the theme of millennials being millennials and having infinite access to infinite information.
Yeah.
Just type these people in Google.
Yep, Google it.
If you like to laugh.
I'm sorry our lives are so great because of the internet.
Yeah, sorry, things are so easy now and you don't have to kill your horse at sunset and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Know what I'm saying?
Good point.
Thanks,
about
buddy.
sunset and the horses. Whatever you meant by that, I agree with that.
I think it's the Dos Equis talking, to be honest.
Yeah, it does that.
Yeah.
Talking about.
So, D'Elia? Chris D'Elia?
Chris D'Elia.
I've never heard of this guy before.
He's hilarious.
Yeah? Does he have a Netflix special or?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna look it up right now, but
he's got a YouTube
You
special.
look it up. You look it up, bitch.
Shit.
We're so unaggressively aggressive.
I know.
No, but he's hilarious. Oh yeah. Okay. So here's a couple things. So most of these comedians I've found through podcasts, and one thing I noticed is as I'm listening to a podcast, one thing that I love to hear from a comedian, it's kind of like my comedy radar, is so a lot of comedians while they're just doing podcasting, they're like dropping punchlines, and I don't really like that.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like it just
does it take you out of the experience?
It doesn't sound organic.
Yeah,
it sounds like they're doing something.
Okay, you know, like they're putting on a show.
Yeah, like they're putting on a show or something, you know. But Brian Callen, Chris D'Elia, Tom Segura, when they're on Joe Rogan and they're just talking to him, they're just having a normal conversation. their just outlook on life and just the things that they say that are just their normal takes are just fucking funny.
Yeah,
they're just hilarious people.
And I think that's partially why they got into comedy in the first place, was that their genuine takes on reality are funnier than the average person.
Yeah.
And if you were to ham it up on the air just because you're on the air and it feel artificial, that doesn't help anything out. But when it's you, Joe Rogan and Bert Kreischer, and you're shaving him on the air, and you guys are eating pizza because you won a weight loss competition.
Yeah,
and
Bert
you're just
Kreischer's another one.
And you're just talking shit the whole time.
Bert Kreischer's another one.
That's funny. People enjoy that kind of shit because it's
it's genuine.
It's
and you're just a genuinely funny person.
Yeah, it's like you're just hanging out with your buddies and you're all cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is gonna get real creepy, but confession time. I actually had a dream that I was hanging out with Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen.
Yeah.
And like we were just like chilling. Like as like bros.
I have those all the time with like my favorite bands.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're just hanging out. Like, hey, you want to write a song? That's what I'm doing here.
I mean,
Shit.
you try to be cool, but you're like, fuck, I'm being lame right now.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
In your dream, you're like,
yeah, I wake up in a sweat.
I mean, only if you want to.
Yeah, I wake up in a sweat.
Are you sure it's sweat?
I don't know, man. It stays like, in my pants.
Mostly.
What is this? The Jello and
it's the one eye cry, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, dick spit.
Stop.
I love it so much.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
This episode's going to take so much editing.
This is staying in.
Well,
this is the Dos Equis talking probably, but this is
let your sober self decide what's staying in.
Yeah, we'll figure out what's staying in.
And what's staying out. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, so I also really love Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
But a lot of comedians hate on him.
Do you like his stand-up?
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not a big fan of his stand-up.
Really? Why?
Just kind of... I don't know. I guess, like, I might be one of, like, the stand-up plebs. I want them to kill, you know?
Yeah.
And not every single word, but I don't like going what I feel like are
around
longer than average periods in which I'm not laughing.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And I feel like Aziz does that.
That doesn't make you a pleb though, because a lot of people who are comedy purists really hate on Aziz.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's terrible by any means, but I'm not. I don't want to be like ha 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 ha. Every single word that comes out of his mouth is just a punchline. No, but like, it just feels like the setup to the entirety of his set is a lot of it is in fact setup, and that kind of takes me out of the experience.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think he's much funnier I think he's much fun, not in person, but like on set. He was absolutely brilliant in Parks and Rec. Pick a movie. He's been fantastic.
Parks and Arrested Development.
Parks and Arrested Development. Yeah, you pick a movie. He's been fantastic in it. And then not only that, but like when he improvs on stage, I was watching the James Franco, the roast of James Franco, and he was on there, and everybody before him was making gay jokes about James Franco, and he got up on stage. He's like, "What the hell's with all these gay jokes?" And you could tell he was improving the whole thing. And he's like, "You think you open a book every once in a while, dicks just start flying out at you, and just you take a shower every once in a while, and you're gay as hell, like just like off the cuff, completely observational hilarity." But I feel like whenever he's on stage doing his own set, it's very I don't know, like there's a lot of there's almost too much thought that kind of goes into it to make it as good as possible. But
too
I feel
much
like
writing, sort of.
Yeah, I feel like something like the I don't know, genuineness is kind of lost in that. That's it's weird. I don't feel that with a lot of other comics, but I feel like maybe he might be a perfectionist and just trying really, really hard to make.
He for sure is.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Like, I know one thing that he gets criticized for is that he's actually done like focus groups I'm like, oh, so which joke did you like? Which one did you didn't like?
Really?
And, like, getting like data and stuff.
But you don't have to do that when you're genuinely funny, you know? Neuroticism, I guess, is what it is. You just want to make sure it's good.
Yeah. But I mean, just personally, I think it is funny. So
yeah, and that's all that matters. There's always going to be a core group of people that enjoy what you do, and as long as you're, I guess, keeping that up and doing it for them, that's really all that matters. But at the same time, I just think you're so much. I just think he's so much funnier when he's genuine. You know, when he's just being himself.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, that's what I like about most, or I guess that's what gets me into most comics that I'm into right now.
Yeah,
is initially just them being themselves, and they're just funny.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, oh, let me check out their stand-up specials or whatever.
Yeah, what you were telling me when you first introduced me, because I'd known about Tom Segura for a while just because of his stand-up specials, and I've always thought like he seems like a cool guy to hang out with and just people watch with.
Yep.
You know, because he's
now
gonna
you're in an awkward conversation with this serial killer.
It was just like the gays. Yeah, he's gonna say the shit that you've always been thinking about. But you told me that the first time you had heard of him was when he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and that he was just kind of like the chillest, most down to earth guy there.
He wasn't trying to be funny, but they're just talking and the shit he would say would just make me just laugh out loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just normal, just because I mean, it's not that it's normal, but it's not him trying to make you laugh. It's just his like take on the world and life is just funny.
It speaks to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And oh my God. Okay, so another one. Write it down. Theo Von.
I think I've heard of this guy.
Theo Von.
This guy, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of sexist when it comes to comedy. I don't think girls are funny.
Whoa! Hey, girls are smart and funny.
Sorry.
Get over it, you sexist pig.
But you know what? I actually do like the Amy Schumer movies.
Yeah?
Surprisingly. I thought I was
like the movies?
Yeah, she has like movies.
Yeah.
Like films. Like film movies.
Like film movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're pretty funny.
Yeah.
No, but Theo Von, he's from Louisiana. And he has this like, I mean, he has like kind of a country accent, right? And it's just like, his takes on things are just hilarious. Because, I mean, I've heard him on Joe Rogan. I've heard him on Fighter of the Kid podcasting. And, like, the stuff he says is almost like written jokes. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't sound like I said, like, he's trying to drop punchlines and stuff.
Yeah.
It just sounds like he's talking, but it's like, it sounds exactly like it's comedy. That's just how he thinks. He just comes up with it on the fly, sort of.
Yeah.
But, and he says that, like, just his wording of things makes me think that, so he talks like he's dumb, but his wording of stuff, it just sounds really smart.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like he'll talk about, like, a normal thing that, like, somebody else might be, like, ridiculous, but he'll, like, turn it funny somehow.
Yeah.
Just by being himself. Just by saying his, like, normal takes on it.
Yeah.
And just his wording, too. Like, one thing, like, I've heard him say a bunch of times is, like, he'll be like, I'm trying to think of a good example to explain it, but he might be like, yeah, Justyn, with his sound bites, he's got the dark arts, you know what I'm saying? He just pushed that button and you just feel something deep down. Like, you know, it's like, he's got the dark arts. Like, you know, he like says it like that and you're like, what the fuck is he talking about, the dark arts?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, he hit that button and it was like, and I was scared for my life. Like, you know, he's just like,
so it's like the 100 different things that could possibly mean, like the dark arts, you know.
It's just kind of like the way he's like so.
Throat worm 3.
Throat worm.
That's 3.
He's just like so country sounding, but he'll throw in some like shit that a country dude would never talk about.
Yeah,
like, you know, like the dark
arts.
He
sounds familiar. I swear I've heard of this guy before.
All right, well, check out his special.
I probably should.
Probably both of them are.
Is he on Netflix?
Probably.
Yeah. They're giving specials to everybody.
I should have done more research for this.
No, it's a Monday night, man. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
I'm just riffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just love stand-up comedy.
Yeah. I hear you. The very first stand-up show we'd ever been to was for Natalie's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
And that was, what was her name again?
I don't remember.
Kristen.
I forgot.
Christina.
Dalia.
John. Something. Who knows?
She was good, though.
She was hilarious. And remember, the whole thing for me, because I thought we were going to like an amateur night or something. And I was like, every time they make me laugh, I'm going to take a drink. And I got hammered because
I was surprised that you actually did it, because I thought that by establishing almost a self-challenge that you were going to like force yourself to not be amused. But you literally were still open to it. So you're like, all right.
Yeah.
No, I just left. I'll take a drink.
I let the experience take me where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Because that in and of itself is a story to tell. So, my ego and my pride will never overshadow what the experience could be. So
and that was the night Orion was conceived.
That was the very night that he was born, my man. He's actually a lot older than he looks. I mean, than he seems, because that's how old he looks. Yeah, he looks like he's
looks
older
like about
than
5 years old.
Yeah, exactly. There was a comic that went on that opened up the night, and he was decently funny. So I had maybe a few swigs with him. The comic that went on before her was pretty damn funny. So I had a few more swigs. I think I actually had to order another drink by that point. And then when she went on, I was like, oh shit! Hey. I was swigging. Just like back and forth, man, and I had to order drink. Like I had to order drink after drink after drink. Yeah, that was a fun night.
Yeah,
that was a cool night, man. There's nothing like experiencing a comedy show for, I would say, true blue comics than experiencing it in person. Like the next time Tom Segura comes around to Dallas, I want to go. And I know we just missed it not too long ago, but the next time he comes around, or the next time him and Christina come around for a live podcast or something, I want to go to it.
I'm down.
Yeah, exactly. We have to do it. The next time, who's another one of my favorite favorite comedians? I don't think I'd ever be able to afford Dave Chappelle's show.
Yeah.
He's one of the greats, but...
Dude, you know what's crazy about that, though? Apparently, well, we don't live in California, but if we did... So there's a spot called the Comedy Store, which is like this.
I hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
Pauly Shore's mom ran it, right?
Yeah, back in the day. But it's just like mecca of comedy. And like apparently Dave Chappelle just kind of pops in and does sets.
Yeah.
So like you might be there just watching some random, and then all of a sudden Dave Chappelle will come up and be like, oh, hey guys, you mind if I run some material by you? And you're just like,
yeah.
You're just like,
yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, I think I remember, who was it? It was probably like a younger comic on Your Mom's House, and they were talking to Tom and Christina, and they were like, yeah, man, I had a spot at the Comedy Store, and then all of a sudden Dave Chappelle walks in, and he's like, you guys mind if I take your spot, basically? And he's like, yeah, of course, Mr. Chappelle.
Duh.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get the chance to close out for Dave Chappelle. That's crazy. And the fact that this man is so dedicated to comedy that he will go in on a night that he was never scheduled for, just to do a set for something that he loves.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Yeah,
right?
He's a friggin' enigma, man. Like he, in the midst of his peak fame, just said like, this isn't what I want for my career, and just said like, fuck you, and went to Africa.
Yep.
Yeah. Like at the top of his game, like with the Chappelle Show.
Literally at the top of his game. This was they were about to start season 3 of Chappelle's Show, and it was already the biggest show in the world.
And all the producers were pissing on his creativity, and he just said, "Fuck you guys,
see ya.
I'm going home."
Yeah.
Wait, was that racist?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Where's my racist button?
Shit.
I didn't say it. The computer did.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should find that button.
I should probably find it now. Yeah. This is a man who is so.
I feel like you're not looking very hard.
Yeah, I don't usually. That's what my dad tells me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a man who has been so dedicated to the craft itself that he refused to let the bureaucracy of the whole thing influence his
fame. money.
Shit, dude. And what there was like, he did an interview recently when he, right after he came back, and he was like, "Do you know how much money they offered me for Chappelle's Show season 3?" He said it was astronomical. He goes, "You know what that kind of money does to a person like me? Makes me go crazy. So I went to Africa."
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently he would have been rich beyond his wildest dreams, but at the same time, like at what
they're
cost?
doing stuff like trying to make him not say the N-word.
Let the man do what the man does.
It's Dave Chappelle.
Let the man do what he does.
He wants to drop some M-bombs.
Let him drop an M-bomb.
He can drop M-bombs on PBS. He's fucking Dave Chappelle.
PBS, yeah. Okay. Let him on Sesame Street.
It's fucking Dave Chappelle.
Drop an M-bomb or two, yeah.
If he wants to drop into fucking Mr. Rogers' Playhouse, he can drop some fucking M-bombs.
Let him do it. This man's a freaking genius. God, and if you watch his latest stand-up specials, I think they're a work of art. They're the work of a work of art. They are the work of a genius who has refined his skills over a very long period of time.
And his most recent ones, if you watch them, it's actually kind of a peek behind the curtain, because he has, like, one of his specials is his culmination of what he's been working on. He's been writing, he's been doing it, whatever, blah, blah. And it's a special. So it's like a normal special of what most comics do, where they work on material, they perfect it, they hone it down to samurai sword like quality, and then they release it, and then they stop telling those jokes because everybody knows them.
Yeah.
And then after that, they have to build up new material for a while, and then maybe they'll make a new special out of that material.
Yeah.
But what Dave Chappelle did was he released a normal special, and then maybe 5 months or 6 months later, he released another special. But that second special was basically like new shit. And he didn't give a fuck. He was like, hey, this is an unfinished product, but hey, look, this is part of the process.
It's so crazy.
And it's kind of like groundbreaking or whatever. You know, it's like the epitome of, like, he literally is just like a freaking comedic purist. He's the highest level of artistry, I guess.
It's like a god sitting on top of its own mountain.
He's like the Van Gogh of stand-up.
Yeah, like you can tell too.
The president cut his ear off, yeah.
The guy, like, I think the one you're talking about is where he's just like sitting, just like chilling out in this place. Like he asks some guy for like a cigarette. Yeah, the guy brings him a cigarette. Yeah, you can tell like he's working on new stuff, and he's laughing at his own shit too. Like the man is completely absorbed in comedy, just in general, and he's trying new shit out at that show. People are loving it.
Most comics are afraid to let you see them in that,
work it out, basically. Yeah.
Which maybe not you live, but you in a special where it's something that's going on Netflix. It's something that's part of his legacy now.
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard of any comic ever putting themselves that vulnerable of a state.
Yeah.
Like down in 1080p for the world to see. You know what I'm saying?
No, he compared to any other comic, he laid it all out on the line.
He's just straight gangster, dog.
Yeah. I mean, there's a level of, I don't know, of just like not caring.
He was like Robin Hood Men in Tights.
He was. I think there's a thought worm. There's a level of like not caring by this point, but there's also a certain bravado that goes along with being the best of the best. And it's like, shit, I can do whatever I want to on stage. I'm going to film a special of me trying a whole bunch of shit out, and what do you know? It kills.
Yeah,
I've watched every single one of his specials that's come out on Netflix, and they're every single one of them is fantastic. They all have a completely different feel from the last, but they're in their own regard, they're brilliant.
Yeah,
because the man himself is brilliant.
For sure.
Yeah,
he's an enigma.
He definitely is.
He's a enigmatic genius.
Enigmatic nomad.
He's an enigmatic comedic genius.
He definitely be.
Yeah, he be.
Yeah. So check these guys out, man.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? God.
And I could probably go on for like much more comedians, but I think I hit the main ones that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And we're running quite long, so I'll let you jump into yours.
Shit, you ready for this?
Yeah. Super excited. I'm super excited to hear about what super excitement is.
You super excited to hear about my super excited is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right, my man.
All right.
I'm talking about what I'm super excited for is Dragon Ball Super.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
You're so late.
I know, dude. Referring back to the...
I'm surprised you even want to talk about this. Like, it's going to be so hard to not accidentally spoiler it.
Don't spoil anything for me, please.
Okay.
Harkening back to the test episode that we had done that you'll never hear, which you should go check out, by the way, but you'll never be able to. But also go check it out because it's great, but you won't be able to.
Hey, I actually had somebody come to me and say, I started watching Dragon Ball Super because of listening to that episode.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, we had a decent amount of people that checked it out, and I was like, holy shit, we should probably take this down pretty soon because it was a test episode. One day we will release that test episode, and then I think we have one after that too that we'll probably release. But
it's bonus content probably.
Yeah, so on that test episode, our buddy Enrique was telling us all about Goku's new transformation in Dragon Ball Super. And from that day, my interest was piqued and sparked.
But you barely started.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's taken me a long time. It takes me a long time to get where I need to go. But
you know what? That's okay because from that day, from that point to actually ending, it has been such an uphill battle.
Yeah?
Such an uphill battle. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've heard about it. So I just started watching DB Super on Saturday when you guys came over to play Zombicide.
Whoa, you cleared a lot.
Dude, yeah,
you cleared a lot.
I'm like 40 episodes in or something.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Mr. Skatooty Pooty Fruity Booty, Mr. Mortician Cadaver Worker, who was on one of our episodes, actually, he hung out with me on Saturday. He was like, you got to catch up on Super.
And me. I seen him too.
Yeah. He's like, you got to catch up on Super. And I was like, shit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and put it.
Bitch.
Let me go ahead and put that shit on right now. Put it on. And
so you took out the VHS, popped it in there.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't rewound, so I got to freaking rewind it. Yeah, it took like 10 extra minutes. So we started watching it. I watched it from what could be considered Resurrection F. Because I didn't know that. So they have the movies. They have the Battle of the Gods, and then they have Resurrection F. But Dragon Ball Super also has those movies in episodic form.
Incorporated.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing about Dragon Ball Z movies that, as a small child, really confused the shit out of me. The movies are sort of, and a lot of anime movies are separate timelines that don't exist in the timelines of the series. So they might like sort of be in line with the like thematically.
Yeah.
But they're not really in any specific.
Yeah, the dead giveaway is that they're never referenced.
Yeah.
So like the movies are never referenced in the show. The show is never referenced in the movies too. It's
dude, except for Broly was never in Dragon Ball Z, right? Mm-hmm. It was just a movie, right?
Just the movies, the 3 movies that he was in.
Okay, well, I mean, this is a baby spoiler, but it's not a big deal. But,
it's been out long enough.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to spoiler you though. But for you guys, it's been out long enough. But not Broly, but So you know how Broly was a legendary Super Saiyan?
Girl Broly is what you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a girl Broly.
Yeah.
From a different universe.
I've heard of that. Yeah. That's cool. It's like that's a cool thing about it's at this point Dragon Ball Super is almost like a I don't know, like a narrative of Dragon Ball just in general. You know, 'cause they have the ability to reference upon itself. You know.
Yeah.
And so Scooty was telling me too, like they kind of retcon Oob's appearance in like the end of Dragon Ball Z, and they kind of make his appearance brand new to the canon, I guess. But they're also able to do that with a lot of other things that have happened in DBZ. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? Yeah, so the girl Broly in one of the alternate universes too. That's actually never been done before.
Yeah.
That you can reference a movie character in the show, in the canon.
I don't think it has either. of any anime that I could think of.
I mean, freaking yeah! Think about it. Like all the movies that have ever existed in these universes, for even Naruto, like they're all completely separate, original animations. Just for just for the sake of being movies with these characters.
It's just separate entertainment. It's like reading the book again.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's just another.
It's just another thing for you to digest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I guess it's like Star Wars. You know, it's like what's canon, what's EU extended universe.
Yeah.
Like movies and anime tend to be extended universe.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the characters you know and love, but it tends to be sort of a separate timeline where it's just not. It doesn't really coexist with the events of the series, or sometimes it will kind of in such a way that it's not really like part of the series, but it's like maybe it'll explain some backstory, or it'll tell you some stuff that the series never told you.
Yeah, it's
kind of like with Bardock.
Yeah.
Like Goku's dad.
No, it's true to the mythology, but it doesn't burden itself with like the chronology, like in
That's a great way to put it.
So yeah, I mean the fact that Super explains a lot too. For like as far as I've been in it, and how I was saying, it's like it almost breaks the fourth wall with things that have been present throughout the entire series. Like there was one point in Resurrection where Vegeta was talking about Goku, and he's like, "You're an idiot." He's like, "You've never managed to get smarter over all these years," and it almost feels like what we've been thinking this whole time. Like, Goku's an idiot, and it's like, how the hell has he not gotten smarter? And he's like 50 years old, dude.
But wait, do you not agree that they made him dumber? Like he was always,
I think so.
He was always dumb, but I feel like in Super he's like he gets so dumb.
Well, as where I am in Super right now, it's really everything has been really lighthearted so far. So it feels like he is able to kind of like like prance around as an idiot and it be okay. You know, like even the tournament so far. So where I am, Goku and Piccolo just got defeated by Frost, and I was like, holy shit, Frost is such a cool freaking guy. And then I was like, oh my god, he's actually a bad guy, kill that guy. And then now it's Vegeta's turn, and I haven't
That's why like the whole time you're like, it's so weird seeing a nice Frieza, and I'm just like, all right, yeah.
And then I responded, I was like, oh shit, wait a minute, he's a bad guy. I was like, he's dirty as hell.
But you're in for a treat, dude.
I'm so excited. Vegeta has always been my favorite character, and it's weird. I think it's weird to hear that because nobody else I know is like, yeah, Vegeta's everybody likes Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, you name it. But Vegeta has always been my favorite character. And now I feel like maybe I get the chance to see him in his true glory, as opposed to a character that's used for Goku's development. You know, because it's always been Vegeta going up against somebody, you know, losing, and then Goku overpowering and saving the day like he always does. But freaking Goku lost the second round that he was in, and then Piccolo lost that round, and then Vegeta's arrogance, he's like, I'm gonna beat this shithead, but you know, Frost was already spoilers. Frost was already disqualified by this point, but Vegeta was like, I have to beat him because he beat Goku and he beat Piccolo. I've got to test my mettle against him, and I've got to beat him.
Yeah.
And my hope for this is that he comes out on top and that he kind of saves the day, because Vegeta is a brilliant character.
Yeah, he really is. He has a lot of depth, because of any other character of any other series, I can't think of a character that started out as a villain, is now 100% a good guy. Yeah. Even though he, during the Majin Buu saga, went back to being a villain. Yeah. But
dude, you want to talk about one of the first twists I had ever experienced in my life? That was one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Freaking Majin Vegeta. I was like, oh my god.
And then just the relationship between Vegeta and Goku, which I think most people don't really get, because I think it's not just I mean, it really is a rivalry, you know?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, Goku always ends up coming out on top, but I think there is that thing where if Vegeta wasn't there pushing him, you know, it might stifle Goku's potential.
Yeah, I think about it this way. Every single time Goku has ever gone to train, like in the hyperbolic time chamber, he's always taken Vegeta with him.
Yeah.
Anytime he has ever needed to seriously develop himself for a very powerful enemy, it's always him and Vegeta going against each other.
And in Super, it's a new level too of not necessarily rivalry, but equal ground, because Goku ultimately does break through his limits, but to a point where he's unable to replicate it. And by the end of the series, he's kind of like, you know, I'm gonna try to be able to replicate that again, but him and Vegeta are essentially on the same footing.
Good.
You know, so they're like, you know, we're stuck at the same level, but Goku's like, oh, I got past this level, but he's like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it now. But
yeah, and I think Vegeta is he's so much of an interesting character that I don't think he deserves to be
I want to tell you how it ends. So
I'm so excited to get through it. I don't think he deserves to be continuously just shoved off to the side again as a tool for Goku's development. I love the fact that he has the ability to be on equal footing with Goku because I mean, there are so many times in Dragon Ball Z and in the movies where Vegeta basically ends up crying because he can never match Goku's ability, and then Goku saves the day by freaking dragon fisting, you know, an enemy or something. Fisting. You know,
yeah. It definitely sucks for Vegeta, but he kind of has that whole like, I'm the Princess of Saiyans. I'm supposed to be like this high level Saiyan.
He has the arrogance for sure.
Yeah. And you know, Goku's supposed to be this low level like grunt who failed his mission to take over Earth.
Literally, yeah.
And he's the one with like basically this unlimited potential.
Yeah.
And I mean, technically, Vegeta has this unlimited potential. He's surpassed literally every single other Saiyan in all of history that you can think of, that you can name. Even King Vegeta, even Broly. I mean, by the time of Super, even Broly.
Oh, yeah.
Even like everybody, but except for Goku.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him being considered less than Goku just because of Goku's sheer will. And I almost feel like his stupidity has freed him. Yeah, it's helped him. It's freed him from the burden of arrogance to where he can truly transcend without having the arrogance weigh him down, which is what's been Vegeta's problem this whole time. The arrogance has weighed him down.
Because he's like, I'm supposed to be this elite.
I'm supposed to be the strongest of the strongest. I'm supposed to be the greatest of all. Yeah.
And all Goku thinks about is he never thinks like, oh, I'm so powerful. I'm powerful than everybody else. Yeah. He thinks like, oh, there's a super powerful guy. Like, I want to fight him. And that's all he ever thinks. It's like, I just always want to fight this more powerful guy because it's fun.
And it's always come from like a good place too. Like it's never been like, I want to go kill that guy. It's like, I want to go spar with that guy. You know, I want to go see what this guy's made of. You know, it's the good-hearted nature.
And to the point where he always will start out the fight like at his lowest power level. Yeah. Like he won't even go Super Saiyan Blue to start out a fight. He'll start with like Super Saiyan 1. Yep. And he'll fight the whole fight if he has to. Yeah,
he'll get where he needs to go. I mean, going back to Dragon Ball Z, he gave Cell a sensu bean before he fought his son. You know, if that doesn't speak to the character, I don't know what does.
Well, I read speculation that Goku could have achieved Super Saiyan 2 like long ago, before the events of the whole Cell tournament. But that he specifically wanted Gohan to progress, I guess. Yeah. So he wanted Cell to be Gohan's fight. Like that was his plan from the get-go.
Yeah, Yeah, maybe. I think from like a
how dumb he is.
Yeah, from like a fatherhood standpoint, I think that kind of speaks against his character because when it comes to like a megalomaniac who can destroy the entire planet, for it to be like a learning opportunity for my son, I would never take the chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sure, like there are opportunities for him to be stronger, but I wouldn't be like, all right, buddy, this is your go. Freaking transcend beyond all of us.
How long ago did you watch the Cell Saga?
Oh, shit, dude. Like maybe 15 years ago.
Rewatch it because it kind of feels that way a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, Japanese culture and tradition is a little different. Maybe that could have been Goku's plan the whole time. But I think over the course of time, Vegeta has kind of become the underdog because of his
for sure,
his never ending arrogance and his attitude towards Goku is he's just he's a mudblood, he's like even though he's a full-blooded Saiyan, like he's he's a nobody,
he's a grunt level Saiyan. Like
the dichotomy between him, just like his full-blooded Saiyan, I don't know, like the thought process that he should be the most strong in the universe, but also that he understands that there are people out there way more powerful than him, and that he is fighting for his family, he's fighting for the earth, like that. Those two rubbing against each other and creating this real this real issue inside of this one character is the most interesting thing in the world to me, because God, like, just like you said, when it came to the Majin Buu saga, like he flip-flopped, he became evil, and he was doing this evil shit. He killed all those people in the stand. You remember that?
Yeah.
That shit stuck with me. I had nightmares about that shit because he literally slaughtered innocent people in that stand. And then he goes to fight Goku, and then he slowly starts breaking out of it, and then he tries to kill Majin Buu and ultimately redeems himself.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that some of the most interesting stories in the world are made of. Is a person fighting against the type of
dichotomy.
It's the dichotomy, the type of character that they've grown up to be, as opposed to the person that they have become over time, just based off of their interactions with their family and people that they know.
I think because you can connect with it more.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Everybody's got some sort of dichotomy inside of him.
If it's like a Superman, where it's like he's always been perfect, he never does anything wrong.
Yeah,
he's there's just perfect hero.
Yeah,
who can relate to that? But if it's like, I don't know.
Maybe
Batman, I don't know. It's like some hero who, yes, he's heroic, but he has these issues. He has these
flaws.
He wants vengeance, but he's battling against it. He doesn't want to hurt people, but there's definitely people that he would kill if he had the chance to.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the chance to, but it's that dichotomy where it just feels that much more human. Yeah.
He's definitely. I think he's the personification of what a lot more people in this world feel like, as opposed to Goku. Yeah. And I think that's one of the most genius things about him, is that he really is the beacon of the human condition. And that's so interesting about him. And I've always thought this entire time that's why he's been the most interesting character to me. That's why he's always been my favorite character, is because he's the most real character on the show. I've always wanted to see him come out on top. It's always been the case of Goku succeeding and then Vegeta succeeding. And Goku succeeding, Vegeta. It's always been Vegeta kind of lagging behind him. I've always wanted just a shining moment for Vegeta to succeed. And I think his biggest success is the happiness of his family, because Bulma and Trunks they live the life.
And baby sis.
Yeah, and Bullet, yeah, they live the life, man. Like, they have a great life. They're a loving family, and even though Vegeta,
and they're loaded,
and they're loaded.
Vegeta just always wants to train.
Yeah, exactly. But they live a great life. Vegeta, it seems like you can see him trying to be a good dad, but then just kind of resist it. Like, you can see the conflict going on in his head.
Yeah.
but I've always wanted to see Vegeta really come out on top without Goku having to transcend before him. And I really feel like, and I hope that's going to happen in Dragon Ball Super. Don't tell me anything, but this is like, just the hope of an idiot.
All I'm going to tell you is that, okay, I'm going to tell you this is going to be my overall critique of Dragon Ball Super as an entire series. I feel like it lagged a lot, and I think that it stayed true to the elements of what I loved about Dragon Ball Z.
Is there a lot of filler?
I wouldn't say filler. It's a lot of action, but it's a lot of action you don't care about.
Oh, okay.
So, but here's the thing, the entire time I was watching this series, I was wondering to myself if that I've just been spoiled because I've seen so much anime now, where Dragon Ball Z, like I was a fan of Dragon Ball Z before I knew what anime was. I didn't even know it was anime. I just was like, oh, it's Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That's what it. That's all it is, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't even watch Dragon Ball until after I watched Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
You know? But, I mean, there's so many elements in it that are fantastic, and you will be so happy with Dragon Ball Super.
Good. Because
they are there, and they're there tenfold. Like, they make you just want to... Like if you're a little drunk and you're maybe holding baby Orion, just maybe a little tear, maybe.
Good.
Doesn't make you gay, just a little maybe possible tear. But at the same time, I'm just like, hey man, this is taking way too long. And I'm like, cause I was having to like wait
weekly.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're doing, what you did with DB Super is what I did with Breaking Bad. I don't wish that upon my worst enemy.
Yeah.
I'm glad that by this point, they've already gone on the hiatus. Everything is essentially done by this point, so I can just binge the shit out of it. They wrapped it up. I can just binge the shit out of this series and
and catch up at your own pace.
Shit, maybe by the time that I'm actually caught up, the series will start up again. But like this morning, it was kind of a surreal moment for me. I'm sitting in the kitchen and I'm watching DB Super, and I look down to my right, and I have Orion there with me, and he's just watching me watch the show, you know. And I'm like,
how weird.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, like I've got my son here while I'm experiencing a new saga of Dragon Ball that I haven't had the chance to experience yet, and I have an offspring right here watching me do it. I can't wait until he comes of age and I can say, all right, buddy, you ready? And just sit there and watch Dragon Ball through Dragon Ball Z, through Dragon Ball Super. And then, hey, you want to watch Dragon Ball GT too? It's a different kind of thing, but you might
be like when you showed Isaac Star Wars.
When I showed him Star Wars, that's exactly what it's going to be. But
he'd be like, what is this, Bubs?
Yeah, this is weird. Oh my God, episode 4, gross. You know? But it's so cool because I'm so childlike in my wonderment of getting to watch this again, because I remember the very first time I saw freaking Goku defeat Vegeta, you know what I mean, during the Saiyan saga. I remember the first time Vegeta did his final flash and blew off half of Cell's body. I remember all this shit.
I 100% can tell your hatred of Frieza, much how I was, because of just us texting back and forth. Because I mean, if you came up, if you're 27-ish, right?
Just around us, yeah.
If you're around our age, you remember going home from school, watching Toonami, and seeing Frieza slay Krillin in cold blood, inciting the very first transformation into Super Saiyan, and just how shitbag of a person Frieza was. And I don't want to spoil you on anything, but I just got to say that the way they ended Dragon Ball Super was just perfect.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, there was
it took way too long to do it, but it was perfect.
there was nothing.
Bless you.
Thank you. There was nothing in this world worse than watching Krillin beg for his life to his best friend and then explode into nothing.
Yeah.
The emotions I felt from that episode have they honestly have impacted me and partially made me the person I am today. I'm not kidding when I say Dragon Ball Z was my life for a significant portion of my life. There are so many things that happened in there that shaped the person that I became because they were so influential in my life. I think I might be.
Thanks, Robbie.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie. We miss you. Yeah, like, dude, think about it, man. The way I grew up watching this shit, and I used to watch it weekly, dude. I watched it from the Saiyan saga all the way up to, I think, like the Cell saga before I realized that they had come out before, and I started buying the Japanese VHSs, and I started watching them.
I'm not gonna lie, I fell off halfway through the Boo saga.
Really?
Yeah, because I guess I discovered girls or something.
There you go. Yeah, no, I didn't.
It's probably about the same time that I stopped gaming.
Yeah, girls didn't like me in school, so
there's a gap for me in my gaming where I was a gamer like all my life, from like 2 years old to I was playing Atari and shit till like, I don't know, like PlayStation 2. Then I just started like just focusing on girls and sports. Till fast forward, my wife bought me a Nintendo 64.
About 3 years ago.
Yeah, about 3 years ago. She bought me a Nintendo 64 and Ocarina of Time to just kind of like let me
re-experience it.
Yeah, nostalgia out. And she fucking unleashed a cascade of events that.
There you go.
To now I'm back in gaming, and
I
have modernized, and I have a PS4 and a Switch, and I'm back into gaming full force.
That's what I feel like with Dragon Ball, like with Super. So like Super has gotten. So after I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, I just kind of quit anime in general because I felt like
I never even watched GT.
Oh, I watched GT.
I started to watch it, and I was like, I don't like this.
I watched it in Spanish, so my buddy who lived next to me, he went to his hometown. He went to his hometown. I think it was Michoacan, and he bought like a whole bunch of the Spanish tapes, and I watched all of them in Spanish. And
bless you.
Yeah, watched all of them in Spanish. And
the bad guy was Shinron.
It was a Black Star Shinron, I think.
I don't even know what that means.
Something like that, yeah.
Sounds like a Digimon.
It's completely different. Like it's a very, very different series. Like the feel is different too. But yeah, man, so much of of what happened in Dragon Ball shaped I guess the way that my brain formed. Think about it, man. I grew up with Krillin as like your best friend this entire time, and then you watch him die in front of you. You know,
not me.
That kind of shit, man, tore me up. And then I watched Gohan become Super Saiyan 2 and then kill Cell like with the power of his dead father. Like that.
Oh my God. I just gotta say something. I was talking to Natalie about like literally 2 days ago about how Dragon Ball Z seems like these dudes with these supernatural abilities, but it's written in such a way that
it's very human.
What it is the utmost expression of martial art ability, right? So, if say, like how do I explain it? So they're like so good at karate that they could fly. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
It's not like they're mutants or something like that. They're shooting fire out of their hands, which like that's what it looks like. But what a Kai blast is, it's literally like your spiritual energy, which is like, in jiu-jitsu, we're straightforward. We're 100% realists. So to us, this is 100% fake. But some other martial arts might think that like you can channel your spiritual energy into an orb that you can shoot at your enemies.
Destroy some. Yeah, I remember.
And it'll hurt their spirit.
I remember when Gohan was teaching Videl how to create like an energy blast, and he was like, you put your hands in front of your chest, and he's like, and then you concentrate on the center of your body, and it's like a waterfall, and then you just pull it out, and then she creates like an energy beam, and I was like, holy shit, is that how you do it? So like me and my buddies, my cousin, we all sat there. We're like, all right, so you just concentrate on the inside of your body. yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna sound like a complete crazy person, but I was a wee lad when I used to do this. But I used to like meditate super hard, and I thought that I could. I thought that maybe if I tried hard enough, I could achieve these levels, right?
Yeah.
And I used to try to like with my breath, right? You breathe in, and you're breathing energy from the atmosphere into your core, right? And then as you're breathing out, you transfer the energy like into your hands, and then I would make like a little ball of heat, and I'd be like, oh, that must be my spiritual energy, right? Yeah. That I'm channeling.
Yeah.
And so I'd tell my friends like, hey, like feel this, right? And I would be like, you feel that right there? And they'd be like,
yeah, the heat.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be like, wow, it's hot. And I'd be like, yeah, that's a fucking ki blast.
That's a ki blast. You ready to get hit in the face with it?
Kamehameha, motherfucker.
Yeah, Kamehameha. Yeah, what's funny is that my middle school friend growing up, he actually snagged his mom's credit card and paid for this information.
What?
This was back in the day when you could pay money for this type of information, for the elite information, for the information that would teach you how to create your own ki blast.
How to make some warmth.
He paid money for this. Yeah, he paid money for it. Yeah.
But you know what's weird? Like, I don't believe any of that shit anymore as an adult, but I still do it whenever, like, I don't know.
You did it right before we. We never cut on this podcast. We never do separate takes. But before we started this take, yeah.
But yeah, no. But I mean, like, so sometimes whenever I'm, I've done it a couple times where my wife will be like, "Oh, my back hurts really bad," so like I'll be like, "Okay, here, let me try to like give you a massage, right?" But instead of like just massaging her, even though I think that it's like complete bullshit, I always like I'll breathe the universe in and like channel it to my hands, like in my mind, and then I'll put it into her back. Yeah. And it's like, that sounds completely crazy, and I know it does, but I don't know. There might be something there. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah. And that was
maybe if I was good enough at it, if I was sane or something, I would be able to fly.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I remember Gohan teaching Videl, and he was like, you just take the energy that you feel inside the core of your body, and you just put it under your feet. And I was like, that sounds easy as shit.
Yeah, but that's what's crazy about it, though, because it seems like superpowers, but in the realm of that, in the realm of like the Dragon Ball universe, it's not superpowers. What it is like these super advanced martial artists who have taken their normal bodies or alien bodies or whatever the fuck to the utmost level of martial art, whatever. Yeah. And so now they can do this like crazy shit. And and I love that there's always all these like callbacks to martial arts. Yeah. And one of the ones I told Natalie about was how, like, after Goku achieved Super Saiyan, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Vegeta Super Saiyan, oh, Future Trunks is Super Saiyan. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I thought there was only one every 10,000 years or some shit, but it's like, oh, we're all Super Saiyan now. But Vegeta was trying to push past Super Saiyan. Yeah. And Future Trunks and him were training together, and they achieved something past Super Saiyan, but they called it Ascended Saiyan or like Super Saiyan. I do remember that 1.5.
And they were like freaking massive, just swole.
They were jacked, right? They were super strong, and their power was like out the wazoo. At the wazoo. But they got their asses kicked from the androids because
they're slow as shit.
Yeah, because they were so buff that they got really slow. Yeah. And it's like, that's just like a callback to martial arts. Like if you get like too strong, you won't be a good fighter because you won't have good endurance and you won't have good movement.
I remember that I think it was around that episode, and Gohan was like, he was talking to Goku, and Goku was talking about his transformations, and he went whatever ascended Saiyan, and he was massive. And Gohan's like, why don't you use that to fight Cell? Because Gohan's like a little kid.
Yeah.
And then Goku's like, well, then I'd be super slow. He's like, I wouldn't be able to defeat him. Yeah, I may look super powerful, but I'm incredibly weak because I have this giant weakness, which is my speed.
And Super Saiyan 2, actually, I think muscularity wise is smaller than Super Saiyan 1.
Yeah, it's much
power wise.
It's much more lean.
Yeah.
And that's like that speaks volumes to the speed at which you can go.
Yeah, it's like James Vick. You know, he's so lean, but he'll beat the shit out of you.
He's just smack the shit out of you, because he's just quick. He's like lightning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm super stoked to see where the series goes from here. Again, I just kind of have delved into it, and I'm just now at the very first tournament, and I thought Frost was a good guy. I was like, oh my god, it's a nice Frieza. That's crazy. Nice Frieza tripped me out, man. He's like, a nice Frieza.
That bitch got poison.
I was like, oh shit, that guy's a freaking poisonous guy. Yeah, and
poisonous. He's all American poison guy.
He's an all American poison guy. You know, McDonald's. And
from New Orleans.
I'm ready for him to die because he's a piece of shit. He's so much worse than Frieza, because Frieza was just out in the open, just a terrible piece of shit alien who would just take over everything. But this guy, he hides everything behind the facade of a nice guy.
Pretending like he's good.
He even went to go see like all those children in that hospital or whatever.
Yeah,
he's
he
like,
probably poked them with his poison needles.
Yeah, no, he's like, yeah, he's like, go to sleep. But but he was like, well, there's one point where he was like, what did I tell the kids? You can never give up. But at the same time, this guy probably made those kids orphans to begin with.
Yeah, he probably killed their parents.
He's the biggest piece of shit in any multiverse. So, so far, I didn't expect Goku to be thrown out that second round. There's been a lot of stuff that has surprised the shit out of me. I love the fact that Beerus has a fatter twin brother. Like, so far, this is a person who has grown up with and have loved the Dragon Ball series. This is their biggest dream. It's more Dragon Ball to sink your teeth into.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm not disappointed. I love the fact that there are multiple new versions of Super Saiyan. I can't wait to see where the series goes, and I'm just super excited to be a kid again.
Sweet. We'll talk about it again whenever you finish.
Yeah, which will be like 3 weeks from now, something like that. I'm gonna be so much further. Yeah,
3 days.
Yeah, three big American guy days.
Okay, but you've already spoiled it. You know about Ultra Instinct, so
yeah. When Enrique brought that up the first time, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But I didn't ever think that I would really start the series up again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I guess I just want to talk about it. I'll talk about it again later.
Yeah, when you get back from the place that you're going to, we'll definitely
Country
do it.
X.
Okay. Do you get it now? Trade deficit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Still?
Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm just so excited about
Thanks,
these
Robbie.
episodes. Yeah. Robbie, we missed you, man.
Yeah. Come back.
So yeah, that's all
come back.
That's all I had about Dragon Ball Super and my just overall excitement with the Dragon Ball property that I get to experience again.
Right on, man. Good episode. I enjoyed drinking and doing an episode.
It's fun to drink during these episodes.
So, you guys, let us know. Let us know what's better, caffeinated us or alcoholinated us.
There's a huge difference between the two.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had like 5 or 6 shots each before this, technically. Even though they're not as strong as normal shots, but they're still shots. And then we had
some shots and some beers.
Yeah. So I mean,
we're many much more lighthearted right now. Yeah. We're probably more belligerent and stupid sounding. And anyways, I forgot the point I was trying to make. It doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is go like us on Spotify.
Sons of bitches. One day, man. One day we'll be on there. Sucks, man.
No, but like us and subscribe and share.
Yeah.
And leave voicemails and leave emails.
Yeah, we oh my God.
Bless you.
Sorry, thank you. We purposefully did not have any voicemails or emails this episode because, again, we just recorded episode 23
yesterday,
the day before this episode.
Yeah, and we're sacrificing our body and our minds.
It hasn't even come out yet. The episode will come out in 2 more days, so there won't be any.
Yesterday's episode will come out in 2 days.
Yesterday's episode will come out in 2 more days. This episode will come out next week. It'll be next Wednesday, and then. What are we doing on Wednesday, my man?
Well, before Wednesday, I'm driving my dad to the airport in 4 hours. And then on Wednesday, we're doing another podcast.
We're doing another episode to be released the following Wednesday. We're going to keep these episodes fresh for you assholes.
We're traveling and as family. My dad's going to be in Colombia while I'm going to be in country X.
Okay. I need a friggin' Trump button. Yeah, so we're doing all this shit for you guys just because you love the podcast so much. We don't love you guys at all, like not even a little bit. But you guys love us so much that we decided to give you more of us on time.
Yeah, we're elite and discreet.
Yeah, that's what we do. The coolest thing too is that I can really take my time editing these episodes. I might even throw in some special effects in the videos.
What? Like this.
It's a something right there. You see? I don't know I'm gonna put something. I'm gonna learn how to do something cool, and I'm gonna put it right. Like, you see what he's holding right there? Isn't that insane? I'm gonna put something right there. It's gonna be crazy. Look at that. It's another thing that he's putting inside the thing. Look at that. See how crazy my video effects? Watch just like nothing happen there that entire time.
That's probably what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
knowing sober you.
I
know drunky was ambitious, but sober you, not so much.
I'm pretty lazy, yeah.
I wouldn't say lazy, but maybe just busy.
Yeah.
But not as busy anymore because you don't have any shitbags to edit for, am I right?
You are so right. No longer will I ever edit for the shitbags of this world. No longer will I take the broken-eyed, dyslexic, shitty human beings of the planet Earth and try to make their product as good as possible because that person no longer has a good product to edit to begin with.
Damn.
All right. Damn.
Yeah, so have a good week, people.
Yeah, have fun.
I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, we'll see you on the other side. If you want to, in response to how maybe different this episode was, which is a good thing, you need a little bit of variety in your life.
Variety is
good. You can email us at idiotsyncraticpodcast@gmail.com. You can also leave us a tender-voiced voicemail at 682-422-9458. And, if you... even if you mumble, that's okay because Google Translate will translate it to something completely unrecognizable, and then we'll just read that. And hilarious. We'll just read that on the air if you don't want us making fun of your voice.
You know what you should do that I would love? Not you, them. Leave us a voicemail with a mumble rap. Doesn't even have to rhyme.
Yeah, do it. Or you could be like Hobo Johnson.
Yeah, it could be shitty Hobo Johnson font. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys follow us on the socials, but you should. We actually got some hate.
What's up?
We got some hate for being haters.
So good, yeah. Yeah,
never have I ever gotten hate for being a hater before.
Oh, I've gotten it all the time. But this chick was like, "Oh, how dare you hate Hobo Johnson? He's what'd she say? How dare you hate on somebody who expresses themselves creatively through music or something?" And I was like, "Bitch, first of all, that shit ain't music. Second of all, bitch, he's not good. Third of all, bitch, why don't you change out of them Jinkos? You know what I'm saying?"
No, what actually happened was Justyn didn't even address the question in question. Which he never does. He just opted straight for the troll. Straight for the troll. She was like, I hope this is a joke. What do you mean viral for the wrong reasons and all that shit?
Because of what you said.
Yeah, she was like, this is not a good look. And Justyn was just like, Jinkos aren't a good look, bitch. That's all he said. He didn't argue with her. He didn't say nothing like that. He was just like, just straight troll.
You watched me do it when we were playing Zombicide. I was just like, oh, hold on, check this out.
Yeah, ILOL'd.
Yeah. So yeah, send us all the hate mail you got. You can be shit. You can tweet it at us. You can Instagram us.
And then he proceeded to put that tweet as our banner. We love hate mail.
I love it.
We love any mail on the Idiosyncratic podcast.
Yeah, I live for that shit. Yeah. Anything you have to say about us, you can tweet it at us. You can email us. You can leave us an angry voicemail if you want to. You can Instagram us, Facebook us.
And you know what I'm thinking? You know what this episode has made me think? I think we should start like live tweeting whenever we're gonna be at a certain spot.
Oh.
And local people can come talk shit to us at like a certain
hell yes.
A certain restaurant or bar.
Yeah.
Or sushi or whatever the fuck we're doing.
Dude.
We could be like, hey, like, because we just hang out randomly.
Yeah.
And we could have like, maybe not a podcast, but just our fans or our anti-fans could come out and talk shit to us.
Yes, let's do it, man.
That'd be just as good.
Oh, dude, I live for that shit.
Okay, so maybe we'll do that. So, I mean, if you want to, I mean, if you're local and you want to come hang out with us or come yell at us, you gotta fucking follow us first and pay attention.
Yep.
Because we'll let you know when we're gonna be someplace.
We're at Idiotsyncratic Podcast at just about everywhere except for Twitter. We're at capital IDI0T syncratic. So Idiotsyncratic, but instead of an O, it's a 0 because some other piece of shit took Idiotsyncratic for some unknown reason.
What?
Yeah, they took it, man.
Why?
Yeah. Some other Japanese piece of shit has at Pseudo Future. They took that shit.
Where's my racist?
Oh shit! I thought this was gonna. Yeah. Yeah. Some other piece of shit took.
You're so loud and mine aren't.
They took at Pseudo Future, so we have to be at _ Pseudo Future _ or something like that.
And so you look like the fake Pseudo
We
Future.
look like the fake one. Yeah. This is like freaking. This guy's got a frog for an avatar.
Okay.
He's a real one.
One more closing thing, and I'll sign out, and so that way you guys can stop listening to us. But I recently got followed by Joe Rogan _
_ Yeah.
And it popped on my phone, and it just said, like, all I saw was Joe Rogan started following you, and I was just like this. And I was like, I made it in life, and I thought I just won, and that I was about to quit my job and everything. And then I looked at it, and I was like, this is
not him.
obviously a fake account. And then I cried.
It sucks too because I don't know, the kind of ego you have to impersonate somebody else is it's just so weird.
And he had like 400 followers, so I was like, this is not Joe Rogan.
Wait a minute, this is he even put like it was like podcaster, MMAer, this thing
comedian.
Yeah, he straight up copy and pasted from Joe Rogan's actual profile.
And then he proceeded to follow Justyn and Idiosyncratic and all that shit.
Yeah. I was like, hey,
So
check
you
it
know,
out.
if you're listening, Joe Rogan _ fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's my racist button?
Shit, sorry.
This guy's an asshole.
Yeah. You're an asshole. You got his hopes up, you bitch.
Oh!